Welcome to today's Summitcast. I have my tea. Today I'm drinking ginseng, vitality, and samari chai mat combination. Good stuff. Helps get me going. But you know what gets me going more than that is the dream that God put in my heart, the vision that God placed on the inside of me. What's your dream? What's your vision? Keep it in front of you. It's a motivating factor in your life. God never ceases to amaze me. I've got a wonderful testimony to share with you today. As most of you know, recently we had a contest to name my studio. And today I'm coming to you from the Winning with the Word or Triple Dub, Three Dub Studio. That's our new name. And the winner of our contest, who gave us that name, was Allison Drury. Now, I announced the winner yesterday, and Allison and her husband Doug are members of the Summit Fort Wayne campus. And I woke up this morning and I read a message from Allison, and she gave me the details about how she came up with the name. Actually, after she submitted the name, she realized the prize was a Kindle. Let me back up. She told me that the Lord gave her the name. The name just came to her out of nowhere. And she just knew that God had given her the name for the studio. But she didn't know what the prize was. Well, lo and behold, you know what she's been desiring? She's been desiring a Kindle. Okay, that's one of the desires of her heart. And so I realized once I announced the winner and she sent me that message and I heard the story behind it, I realized that this contest was not just about coming up with a name for my studio. It also shows me the love of God, that God also used this contest to get one of his children the desires of her heart. And I love when God shows up in something that, in ways that some people look as a little thing, but to me it shows even more the love of God when he pays attention to things that are very, that seems in man's eyes to be little, but the fact that he gives his children the desires of their heart. And he sees those little things. And he pays attention to those things. And he moves in our lives to get us the things that we desire. Because if we desire them, he wants us to have them. Because he's a loving God. He's a faithful God. He's a God. He's Jehovah Jireh. He's the God who sees. He sees your need. What Jehovah Jireh means is that he sees your need ahead of time, and he's already seen, and he's already provided everything that you would ever need. Okay, in closing today, I want to remind you about righteousness. Recently, we've shared with you some truths about the righteousness of God, how God, 2 Corinthians 5:21, God, or he who knew no sin, Jesus, who knew no sin, was made to be sin for us that we might become the righteousness of God in him. We are righteous, okay? And righteousness is right standing with God. That's the position. It's righteousness is not a thing. It's a position that God placed you in the moment that you made Jesus Lord of your life. You become the righteousness of God. That means you have right standing with him. What does that mean? As we mentioned earlier, righteousness means the ability to stand in the presence of God without guilt, fear, inferiority, or condemnation, as if sin never existed. God removed your sin as far as the east is from the west the moment you were born again. You stand without guilt. Romans 8:1 says that there is no condemnation. There is therefore now, right now in your life, now there is no condemnation in your life. God's not holding things against you. There's no condemnation to those that are in Christ Jesus, who walk not after the flesh, but after the Spirit. When you're walking in the Spirit, there's no condemnation. You're free from fear. God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. Don't walk in fear today. Walk with your head up. Walk with your shoulders back. Walk with boldness and confidence, because you have no fear. There is no fear. What would you attempt to do today if you knew it was impossible for you to fail? Walk today as though it's impossible for you to fail. You have the greater one on the inside of you. Don't be afraid of anything. God has not given you a spirit of fear, but of power, a spirit of power and of love. Nothing more powerful than love, and of a sound mind. Okay, so you're free. Righteousness means you're free from guilt, fear, and inferiority. You're not inferior to anybody. You stand in the presence of God free from inferiority. Okay? You're free from guilt, fear, inferiority, and condemnation. There's no condemnation. You're not guilty. You're free. And whom the Son has made free is free indeed. Walk today in your freedom. Live your dreams. Reach for your goals. Pursue your purpose that God has placed on the inside of you. Make it an Ephesians 3:20 day. Remember, keep expecting. Keep your dreams alive. Keep believing.